You've probably heard it 100 times. The wealthiest people don't work for money, they make money work for them. But let's be real, when does this actually start happening? And how much do you really need before your money starts working harder than you do? Now, most people assume it takes millions before compounding starts making a difference, but what if I told you the real number is just $100,000? That's the tipping point. The moment when your net worth doesn't just grow, it snowballs. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why your net worth explodes after 100,000 and how real estate can be the fastest way to get there. Now, this isn't just theory, it's just math. Once you see the numbers, you won't be asking if you should even start investing. You'll be wondering how fast you can actually make it happen. And don't worry, I'll walk you through the process step by step, just like I do in my Getting Started in Real Estate guide, which you can actually get for free at the end. So let's dive in. Now, here's why getting your first 100,000 can feel so hard. Imagine I give you two options. Option A, I hand you $1 million today. Option B, I give you a single penny, but every day for 30 days, that penny doubles. Now, most people would jump at the million because it sounds like the obvious choice. But let's look at what happens when we select the penny. If you took the penny, here's how it'd play out when it doubles every single day. Day 1, 1 cent. Day 2, 2 cents. Day 5, 16 cents. Day 10, $5.12. Now, at this point, you probably feel like you've made a huge mistake, but this is when things actually start to get interesting. Day 15, $163.84. Day 20, $5,242.88. Day 25, $167,772.16. But day 28, now you're over 1.3 million. And day 30, you now have $5.368 million. That's over $5 million from one single penny just by letting compounding do its thing. But here's the most important part. You had to push through the slow start. You had to trust the process when it felt like nothing was even happening. And most people quit during this time because they never ever see the results. And this is exactly what happens when it comes to wealth building. So let's actually apply this to your own net worth. Reaching $100,000 net worth is kind of like hitting day 20 in the penny example. At first, progress feels painfully slow. You're grinding, saving, working extra hours, and it doesn't feel exponential yet. But if you stay the course, your wealth starts compounding in ways you never even imagined. Because once you hit that first 100,000, your money finally starts making money. And now your investments grow faster than the effort you put in. And you stop asking, how can I save more? And start asking, where can I invest smarter? And this is exactly where real estate can come in. Because time in the market is more important than timing the market. Waiting for the perfect time to invest is how a lot of people actually stay broke. Now, the truth, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. And that's exactly what I like to teach. How to start investing the right way, no matter the market, no matter the economy. Because 5 years from now, you won't wish you'd waited. You're gonna wish that you actually got started. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Real estate sounds great, but I don't have the money to invest or I don't have the experience. But here's the truth, you don't need any of that to get started. What you actually need is a proven path and strategy. See, I don't typically tell people to just go out and buy rental properties on day one. That's actually our end goal. Instead, we like to teach something called the evolution of a real estate investor. And it's a step-by-step process that actually allows you to get started wherever you're at in your real estate journey and begin to build that momentum. And how it looks at top levels like this. So step 1, you start with wholesaling. This is the fastest way to make money in real estate without using your own money or having any experience. Step 2 is fixing and flipping. It's investing into distressed properties, renovating them, and then reselling them for a profit. Now, step 3 is you take your wholesaling and flipping profits and invest into cash flowing rental properties that can continually compound and build wealth for life. Each step is additive and builds on the next. And each deal you complete moves you closer to that $100,000 net worth milestone and way beyond it. And yes, this is exactly what I cover in my Getting Started guide in the description below that you can get for free, but I digress. Now, remember that penny example from earlier? At first, progress is painfully slow, right? You got 1 cent, then 2 cents, then 4 cents. But then as you saw, the compounding kicks in. And before you know it, you're at $5 million plus. Now, compounding in real estate can work the same way. It doesn't explode overnight, but once it starts stacking, it's hard to stop it. So let's break it down, starting with wholesaling. It's kind of like the early days in this penny example that I showed you. So when you're wholesaling houses, you're not actually buying the house. You're finding discounted deals, you're putting them under contract and selling those contracts to investors for a wholesale fee. Now, typical wholesale deals can earn a few thousand to even $25,000 or more. However, our company, we like to aim for at least $10,000 per deal because it makes it feel like it's worth our time. Now, at first, this progress in starting wholesaling, it might feel a little slow for you, right? You close a deal and you say, hey, this is great, I made some money, but I'm still actively working for it. And you are. But wholesaling is the phase where you actually learn the real estate game. You actually sharpen your skills and stockpile your capital with little to no risk. And just like those early days in the penny example, the growth is starting whether you see it or not. That's how the real estate journey begins. Now, once you've closed a few deals, you've now built the solid foundation. And what's next, once you started wholesaling, is to now add in the next layer on top. And so in addition to flipping contracts, it's time to start fixing and flipping houses as well. Now, according to Adam data, the average flip profit, it's around $72,000. So now instead of shooting for around $10,000 per wholesale deal, you can potentially be making $72,000 per fix and flip profit, and even six figures on some higher end projects. And here's where things get really interesting and where things start compounding. Because you're no longer doing these deals alone by yourself, right? We start thinking outside of the box. We start using other people's money. So private money lenders, hard money lenders, or funding partners that actually want to invest in your deals, invest in your fix and flip projects. So this means instead of you just saving up cash and investing into one fix and flip house at a time, you can do 2, 3, 4, or 5 deals simultaneously because you're leveraging other people's money and not relying solely on your own. So think back to the penny example, right? The first 10 days, it felt pretty slow, but days 11 through 20, the numbers started to accelerate. And as you follow the evolution of a real estate investor, that's exactly what's happening here. With each wholesale deal and fix and flip deal, you scale faster. And with each deal, you build more capital. And with every successful project, your net worth is beginning to compound. But we're not stopping here, because now it's time to add in passive income. This is the moment when your money works harder than you do. So wholesaling and fixing and flipping, it built your rock solid foundation. And now rental properties, they build lasting wealth. And here's why. We got cash flow. So your tenants are paying rent every single month. And after all expenses are paid, the cash flow is the profit in your pocket on repeat every single month coming to you. Now, 2, we got appreciation. So real estate values historically increase 4 to 5% per year. And this is when your wealth grows even while you sleep. Then we got the loan pay down. Your tenants pay your mortgage for you, which pays down the principal, which builds your equity and net worth every single month. Then the tax benefits. We got depreciation, deductions, and tax deferments. So real estate investors keep more of what they earn. And here's where leverage takes everything into the next gear. Let's say you take $150,000 from flipping profits and wholesaling profits. Now, some people would use that to just buy one house in all cash that they could rent out. But you're smarter than that now. So instead, you spread out that $150,000 in this example across 2 rental properties, putting about 20% down on each, right? We use leverage. Here's how that plays out. You buy 2 rental properties, each worth $367,500. You put $73,500 down on each, totaling $147,000. Now, both properties appreciate 5% annually, and after 5 years, they're worth $936,000 combined. And now this is over $200,000 in equity from appreciation alone. Meanwhile, you're also collecting cash flow every single month, and your tenants have been paying down both mortgages, building your net worth. Now, here's the real magic. You didn't just earn a return on your $150,000, you earned it on the full $735,000 of value of both properties. That's leverage at work. So you put in 20% per property, but got 100% of the upside. And here's the best part. Now that you own 2 income generating properties, your net worth is starting to compound even faster. You're scaling your wealth twice as fast without working twice as hard. And this is why smart investors use leverage. Because when your money works harder, you don't have to. Now imagine buying 4 properties with lower down payments or adding to your portfolio with the money you make passively from these rental properties. Each property stockpiling cash flow, appreciating in value, building equity, and giving you tax advantages. This is exactly how your net worth begins to snowball from real estate. And this is how investors go from $100,000 to $1 million faster than anyone thought possible. And the best part about all this is that the hard work was front loaded. And now your portfolio pays you over again and again and again. And this is the moment when time finally becomes yours. Now, there's one thing I want you to take away from this, is that to get to 100,000, that's just the breakthrough. That's the tipping point. And one of the fastest ways to get to 100,000, in my opinion, is real estate through wholesaling and flipping houses. And that first 100,000, it's not just a milestone, it's a launch pad for you. It's what separates those who struggle forever from those who finally see their wealth actually take off and compound. But here's the truth. Most people never get started. They wait, they hesitate, they overthink, and 5 years from now, they're in the same exact place they were before, wishing they'd actually taken some action and got started. So don't let that be you. You don't need to figure this out alone. You don't need to guess your way forward. You just need that proven roadmap and strategy, a step-by-step system that actually works. And that's exactly what I've created for you here. It's our Getting Started Guide in Real Estate, which walks you through how to wholesale your first deal without using your own capital or having any experience, how to scale into fix and flips so you can start stacking larger profits per deal, and how to appropriately invest those profits into rental properties so you can have your money work for you and start compounding your wealth even faster. So it's pretty simple, not necessarily easy, but also this is free. And it's designed to help you hit that $100,000 milestone as fast as possible. So just click the link below and grab your free copy. Now that's it for today. If this video hit home for you, make sure to grab your free guide and take that first step, and then drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest real estate goal is right now. I'd love to hear it and see if we can help you get there. And if you got any value from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a future video. Till next time, this is Alex Martinez with Real Estate Skills. I'll see you in the next one.